And what I want to say to the young people of America, no matter what the circumstances of your life, no matter how big the cross is that face you, no matter how difficult it may seem or how hopeless it may seem, you can be anything that you want to be. And if you don't believe that, I want you to think about a little girl born in Harlan County, Kentucky, who stood up one night before you at the Democrat National Convention, representing in Congress the state of New York. Thank you.
For the other women in the United States, to try to explain to them that we don't have equal rights, we don't have equal pay, and now our civil rights are in question.
So I'm going to vote for the Brady bill. I surely would love to have a chance to have an opportunity to vote for it. I'm going to stand up like a woman, Mr. Solomon, and do my part.
I admire you.
As we find out that we may have genetic links or predispositions to one problem or another, it's critically important that we not lose our health insurance or that the rates go up or the terms or conditions change. And it's also terribly important that the rights and the privacy of the individual be maintained.
It goes on to state that if she's had no previous experience, she may not be prepared to handle large sums of money. If this is true, she herself would not want to be burdened with administration of property. How kind of them to look out for protecting the wife. Back in the days before this procedure or abortion was legal for women in the United States, and that is that women have no rights to choose. They're not bright enough, they're not nurturing enough, they don't have enough sense, and it's only up to men in suits and ties to tell them what is good enough for them.
I sat here, I didn't really believe that my respect and love for the women who met here in 1848 could be any deeper. But then it dawned on me that when they met here, that each of them was wearing between 25 and 30 pounds of clothes and hats and gloves. And so I respect them all the more.
But by far the most important piece of legislation for me that I'm determined to try to get done this year is the genetic discrimination bill. We're mapping out the human genome. We are going to be delivering health care in an entirely new way in the next century. Every one of us has faulty genes. We need to make sure that the insurance companies understand that we need to insure the population of the United States regardless of their genetic makeup.
And I know they're afraid to go to school. And that's a terrible way for children to have to grow up in that kind of fear. We've done everything we could to protect kids here. We make sure that they're vaccinated, that they're educated, that we do everything else, but we won't do anything to keep them from being shot to death. Then we really are failing in our responsibility. And I certainly hope that the Rules Committee will make it possible for the kind of legislation to come to the floor to make a real difference, that we can at least do as well as the Senate, and frankly, I'd like to see us do a little better.
By the audacity of anti-choice legislators to restrict a woman's reproductive options in the United States and worldwide. This annual right of, quote, "we'll show the women who's boss," end quote, legislation has allowed millions of women to die in the third world. We stand here every year and we say 600,000 women die every year and nobody bats an eyelash. And don't tell me that a poll of people in the United States would approve of that. If the question asked on that poll is, would you like the International Family Planning Law of the United States to allow 600,000 women to die, you would get a far different answer.
I believe down at the White House, at the Supreme Court, at the Capitol, they never believed they had to pay much attention to us. Believe me, from here on, they have to listen.
It's like falling down the rabbit hole. I feel like Alice in Wonderland. I can believe 10 impossible things before breakfast if I want to buy that speech.
In fact, we don't even need a recorded vote on this, Madam Chair.
Wow.
We can by a voice vote. We can by a voice vote move to have an open amendment process, and then we can all say good luck and good night. We'll see everyone tomorrow morning.
Madam Chair.
Does everybody feel like they need to put their hand in their pocket and make sure their wallet's there?
My hands are up here, Madam Chair.
And I'm sure not going to flinch from any of this now because I believe our democracy is at stake.
And in addition to that, they don't call me Slaughter for nothing.
I want to recognize Congresswoman Louise Slaughter. She first introduced the Stock Act in 2006, and I know how proud she is to see this bill that she championed finally become law.
And as chair of the Rules Committee, I was able to bring this wonderful ACA bill to the floor. It's one of the proudest moments of my life. I want you to know right up front, art does not need to apologize to anyone. And the night I was elected to Congress, my husband swears I told him this, on the way home after we'd gotten the results. Now, I just won a seat in the House of Representatives. I said to him, well, all I really wanted to do was be a blues singer. Together with our remarkable research universities, the innovative companies, robust manufacturing facilities, and the most talented workforce in the country, we have made Rochester's region the nation's leader in photonics, and this institution is our proof. Thank you. I'm proud to be your Congresswoman. Let me make a promise to you that every day when I'm there, I think about you and think about what you would want me to do. And I will be standing there as resolute as all get out, as only a Macintosh can from Harlan County, Kentucky. So I like to give my life as an example of what you can do if you're extraordinarily lucky, I guess, in the first place. But second, that you are willing to do what it takes to get where you need to go. But the most important thing that I've learned in my life is that I need to be driven not by what I want to do, but for what I need to do for the people who count on me. You've renewed a lot of my hope that the United States of America is going to be all right. And it's going to be all right because the next generation knows already what's important, that we care for each other, that we are our brother's keeper, and that those of us with places to write law are especially obligated. So you've helped me a great deal because you've given me hope. I know that I think we can get some changes now, and I want you to know that I'm solidly